Okay, here we have Rose Hill on the 8th of December 2018, which is today, obviously. We're going to have a look at some of the methods that you can apply using the ratings calculator. Now, as has been suggested, Sydney Metro racing is a little bit dodgy from a viewpoint of doing the ratings. So what we're going to look at today is using the sectional ratings, that is to say the last start sectional rating and the second last start rating. Now this is found under summary, last start sectional. Here's the rating for the last start and here's the rating for the second last. Now there's some other things in there we don't need to worry about for the moment. So going back to race 1, 2-year-old race with only a few starts, but we'll do this anyway. So tools, summary, clicking across. Again, we could make it bigger on this screen, but it doesn't matter. So 2 and 1 are on top in terms of the rating, followed by 7. So again, you've got to decide on what you're going to do. 7's not that far behind the other two. And looking at the second last start ratings, 2 and 7. So basically 1, 2 and 7, they're basically the raced horses. So if we're going to, here we have a spreadsheet. Let's make this a bit bigger. Make it a bit easier to read. So I've already gone through and done these already. So the sectional ratings, in race 1 there's only 3 of them. In race 2, surprisingly the same numbers. So let's just keep going. Race 2, just for the process. Tools, summary, looking for the horses 1 and 2 and 1 and 7. So in other words, there's overlap, just 3 horses only. Now in some of the later races there is a bigger overlap, like in race 5. Looking at the summary figures, in terms of the ratings, well, we end up having 2 on top and then 8. And then we've got the 1, it's got the same value, so which one of those would you take? And then 4 and 5 are on top there, and 1's a fair way down. So in other words, there's no absolute clear picture as to which ones you want to take. However, if you're just going to take the top 2, that's fine. Alright, now the next thing we can do is have a look at doubling up. So we can then have a look at the market. The first race is a little bit irrelevant, the 2's on top, so we could say from the market we could put put 2, get this worked out eventually. We could put the 2 on top for race 1. We could perhaps double up on that since that's the top pick on the system. Again, there's only a few starts, so it's a bit irrelevant. Looking at race 2, the same thing, not a lot of starts. But sorting the market, we end up having the 1 on top, so we could possibly think about taking that, or we could have a look at the top 2. So let's put the top 2 in, so 1 and 2. Alright, going on to race 3. In terms of the market, this is getting to be a more serious race. Now again, note the rail's out today, so chances are the favourites are going to win, but anything's possible in racing. It's 116 minutes to the race. So let's see, we've got 1 and 9 on top in race 3. There's the 9, so we might think about doubling up on the 9. We could be looking at doing some multiple betting, including the 1. So let's put the 1 in there as well. Race 4, small field, 2,000 meters is probably the sectional times are probably less relevant when we're getting over this distance, but it is amazing how useful they can prove to be. 3 and 9 are on top here, so there's the 3 and the 9, so let's put those in. Race 5. Seven and 9 are on the top for race 5, neither of which we have in here, so we'll just add those in. Race 6, 8 and 7, the 2's pretty close though, 8 and 7. None of those are there. Race 7, doing this very quickly, again without any consideration further than just using the system. 9 and 3 for race 7. There's the 9, so that could be worth doubling up on, may not be. Race 8, 6 and 5, there's 6 and 5 there, so that could be a good race to double up on. And race 9, 11 and 13. So having a look at all that, we don't have the second pick in race 1, so let's go back to race 1 again. It's only a very small field and really somewhat irrelevant the whole race in terms of this suggested approach. 2 and 3. So for now, we'll see what happens. The races will run later. We'll come back at the end of the day and update this to see how it went. Again, this is just a technical exercise to show you what you can use out of the program to give you some opportunities. Alright, so we'll come back at the end of the day and see what happened. Okay, the races have run and been won, and so let's go through and see what happened for the day. Now, the problem is, of course, with any of these races is how you're going to stake these bets and so on. So for the exercise, we'll just do the same amount on each horse. So let's say we're going to bet $100 on the race just for the exercise. So I'll put, there's 4 selections in most races. We'll have $25 on each. And if they're in the market as well, which a couple of them are, well, we'll put an extra 50% on. So 50% of $25 is $12.50. That's too hard, so we'll just put another $10 on and see how we go. So let's run through it very quickly. Race 1 was won by number 1, $3.90. So yes, we've got number 1 there, so that one won. And so we would have had $25 on that. 25 times $3.90, $97 minus, in this case, 75. 75 outlay. So our profit would have been that one minus that one, $22.50. Now, of course, this one was in the market. Number 2 was in the market, so we would have had a bit extra on that, another $10. So we would have lost $10 extra on that. This is getting too complicated. So let's just leave that for now. $22.50 profit we'll say for that, and we'll worry about the rest of them later. Alright, race 2. Number 6 won. We didn't have number 6, so the result's going to be minus 75 for the 3 horses. So our total's going to be minus 52.50 so far. So far so bad. Race 3. Rosemary number 9. Yes, we got that one. So that paid $12.60. So that's going to be so $12.60. Now, well, when this keyboard decides to go, we may be able to get something done. Well, now we had the winner there. 1 and 1. And, oh, 9 actually, 9 was on top. 9 was also in the market, so it's a double winner. So anyway, $12.60. Let's see if this is going to work now. Result equals 25 times 12.5, 312. So the profit's going to be that minus 100. And let's see if this works. 160 in front. Woohoo! So alright, race 4. Number 1 was successful. We missed that one. We got 4 horses, so minus 100. Not so good. Alright, race 5. Number 2, 1. Race 5, yes, we had number 2. Didn't double it up. Paid $7.80. Nice return. So it's going to be 25 times 780. 195, 100. Looks like my calculations aren't quite right here. Anyway, that should be near enough anyway. That one won. Let's move on to race 6. Calculation may not be quite right. Number 2, race 6. Yes, we had it there. So that paid $7.40. So that's another winner. So that equals 25 times $7.40. 100 outlay again. So it should be that should equal that plus that minus that. Close enough, 245. Alright, so far so good. Race 7. Bon Amis, number 4. Yes, we got that one. So that has paid $4.30. 107 minus 100, so we're basically at the break-even point there almost. So a very small profit there. Race 8, number 5. Yes, we had that one. Looks like this is going to be a loser because it's less than $4, $3.10. Equals 25 times $3.10. 100. So I lost on that race. And number 5. That was actually in the double up as well. So we would have doubled up on that. I think there was 3 of them we would have doubled up on. Race 9. Number 9. Bingo. We've got that one as well. Okay, $16.60. That's a very nice result. So there you have it. Does that look right? 315. So there you have it, $545 profit, taking 4 horses in each race. And there was double up on some of those. I'm not going to worry about doing that calculation. Would have made a small profit on that. In terms of the Quinellas, trifectas, anything else, I haven't looked at those either. So there may have been some of those. I haven't gone over it that closely with just the numbers here. Anyway, there's an example of something you can use the sectional ratings for on meetings like a Saturday Sydney meeting. $545 profit. Let's see what the turnover was. Well, basically it was more or less $900. So slightly better than 50% profit on turnover. So not too bad. So that's about it for this video.